What's up guys, I'm here with a new video. I took a few weeks hiatus to take care of myself emotionally and mentally, and I still have a long way to do that, but I didn't want to take another few weeks away from filming because I've been wanting to film but I haven't got the chance to because of my personal reasons. So today's video is going to be about the Legacy review that I haven't done for the past couple of weeks. It was on, and before there wasn't an episode for the week. So I just want to say, if you are new to the channel, welcome to my channel. If you've been here since the beginning, I am happy that you guys are still on. But if you chose not to continue following me, that's fine. So let's get on with the review now. So, first we see in the episode of someone walking through the woods to this old abandoned house or building, and we see that it's Josie, and Josie ends up touching or combing her fingers through Jade's hair, and Jade finds out it's Josie, and then Josie's telling Jade that she's been thinking about her, wanting to make sure she's safe. Jade says the same thing, except for the safe part, but she does want her to be safe. And they kiss, and then of course they liked it, they kissed again, and out of nowhere we see dark Josie back, saying that it's past their curfew and that their dad is gonna be pissed. And then she wakes up and she turns toward to Lizzie, who I think you had a sex dream or something. And of course Josie's like, no, I didn't. And she just tells Lizzie to go back to sleep, and of course she sticks her legs out of the bed and she finds out that her feet is dark. And then after that we see Emma, Raphael, MG, Lizzie, Hope, and Josie in the gym, and of course they're wondering why they're there and stuff, and Emma's talking about the supernatural world and whatnot, and that and then she takes out this box and she said it's that Bartimaeus had a lot of supernatural therapy kind of research rate, and of course the squad instantly thought that she meant by Landon's older brother, but it was actually the real Bartimaeus that made the box and stuff. So of course before they went into the stimulation, Emma explains that they're going to be in it, but they're not going to be aware of them being in some stimulation, and that it is a stimulation. So, but she'll be in there with them, she'll be well aware, and of course they're all already in the stimulation. And before they really got into it, Lizzie's dreaming of a beach and stuff, and that didn't happen. Well, it sort of happened. So they got into the simulation, and it was a film noir. MG was a investigator, somewhat investigator, and Josie was Lizzie's publicist. Lizzie was a actor. Raphael was a photographer. Hope was a bartender. Emma was a singer. And of course Landon was, I forgot what Landon was in there, but he was in there. Well, a picture of him was in there. And of course we see them do what usually in film noir does, and Josie and Lizzie talks about Raphael taking pictures of them, and that he shouldn't do it unless it's some famous photographer. And then MG talks to Hope about something that deals with something. So, and then of course we see the real Vardamus in the simulation, which was surprising to me. I don't know if it was surprising to you guys who watched the episode or hasn't watched the episode, but it was surprising to me because I thought that Vardamus was dead. Never really thought that he was alive. Thought he was like some really old dude who was already dead at the time. But since he's alive and he's a good guy, I'm glad he's alive and that Landon's brother didn't actually kill him, because I don't really think Landon's brother would actually kill anyone. That's just my opinion on him. So MG went to go talk to Emma about something, but then sees that she's dead and that Vardamus was in front of her, and of course he thought that Vardamus killed her but didn't, and of course Vardamus at that point was like the rest of them, where he didn't know that he was in a simulation until after he got shot. So in the film noir simulation, all of them are just doing what their characters in the simulation does, or their parts does, and of course Vardamus and MG works together, but MG in the simulation he goes by Milton, and of course we find out that while MG was gone, Vardamus thought that MG was coming back, but instead he got shot, and then when MG came there, Vardamus was already dead, and of course Vardamus was in the locker of the gym, and he made like some noise, and Emma was wondering what was it. She opened the locker, find out it was Vardamus, and then they find out that the rules had changed, the story has changed, because everyone in the simulation was playing their part until they saw like their escape word, and when they said their escape word, some of them remembered, but when at that point, before they could even say anything after saying the word, they get shot and they come back, and of course, whoever shot Vardamus shot Josie and MG, and of course Josie found out about who shot them or shot Vardamus and tried to like plead to whoever was shooting them or killing people to not do it, but instead that person shot Josie, shot MG, but didn't know that MG would survive because of the flask that Lizzie had protected him from the bullet, which was like, thank God, I thought he was actually really dead. So Josie didn't wake up, she was still in the simulation. Somehow we see why she was still in there, or why she never woke up. So MG confronted Lizzie about trying to kill Josie and everyone else, and that she shouldn't like keep giving him like these actor cries and stuff, that it wouldn't work on him. And of course when she remembers, she's trying to get MG to remember. Then after like trying to like tell him that she's interested when she's not, he ends up finding his escape word, but when he says it, someone eventually shoots him, and of course he tells Lizzie to run, go get Hope, and she waits until after the shooter shoots again to go run for Hope, which was a good thing that she did that. But then after that, before she actually found Hope, MG woke up, and of course they're all wondering what's happening and stuff. And then we see Hope at the bar, which is named Landon's. Of course that also surprised me, because I was like, oh, Landon has a club, probably, bar, probably he works with Hope in it or something like that, but that was not the case. And so Lizzie went there, she was telling Hope that that someone's trying to kill her, and then she tries to tell Hope about one of her troops, and of course Hope didn't wake up or remember anything. So Hope tells Lizzie that yeah, she has someone to go to and stuff, and she had a bus ticket to go see Landon. She's gonna do that. She was like probably already doing that until, and then Lizzie probably ran in the alleyway of, or the alleyway or something like that of the club or whatever building she was in the alleyway of, and of course she sees like this truck that says Gemini Provisions or something, and of course she's, saying what a coincidence or whatever or something like that, and then we see the real culprit who was killing off MG and them, and Lizzie finds out that it's Dark Josie, and then Josie explains why she changed her stories and whatnot, and she tells Lizzie if she shoots her, she would be stuck in her mind, in that conscience and stuff, but her body would be waiting for Dark Josie, her, to suck all the magic out of her and merge and stuff. And of course, Lizzie tries to get into Josie's mind about saying, like saying things like, Josie, I love you and stuff, trying to get her to change her mind, that she shouldn't shoot her or anything. And before Josie could even shoot, Hope stopped her, and of course they fight off. Then Hope eventually, I was like hoping that Dark Josie doesn't shoot Hope, because then that would be messed up, like literally. And then Hope shoots her instead, and of course she lay on the ground. Lizzie asked Hope what changed her mind and stuff, and Hope told her that if she got on the bus, she would felt something in her telling her that she shouldn't let an innocent person die, so she had to go save Lizzie. And of course Lizzie tells Hope that of course Hope sees like there's her own escape word on the sign, and Lizzie's like, you see your escape word, and then she tells Hope asks what does it mean. Lizzie tells her, if when you say it and when we get out of here I'll explain everything. And of course they do that, they hug each other, and of course they see that Josie is still like sleeping in the stimulation, but probably not in the stimulation, and they ask what they're gonna do with her. And then, but I forgot about Raphael's part. So Raphael, he's the photographer. He was looking at the pictures he was developing and found out that there was like a shadowy figure behind Josie and Lizzie, and found out that it was the necromancer. And of course that kind of like probably made him pissed to the point where he got out of the stimulation after saying his escape word. And then like after that, like a few hours after that, or like an hour after that or something, Raphael is in his room. He picks up his shirt like he did in the beginning of the episode, and he sees the scar, and of course he really flashbacks on that. And of course Hope comes in. I'm sorry if I keep saying of course. It's the topic of the word today, or the famous vocabulary word for me to say today. And Hope talks with Raphael about what if, no matter how much she wants Landon, she's gonna choose someone else and stuff. And Raphael told her then choose Landon. And of course Hope is like wondering what if the next time she has to choose between Landon and saving someone else, and she eventually saves someone else, like she did with somebody else at the time when Kai Parker was out in the actual world. And then after that we see Emma talking to a lark, talking about how it's better this way, where her and Dorian is not at the Salvatore school, even though the Salvatore school was the best moments of their lives, but also dangerous, and she wants to keep Dorian safe from any other monsters that come to the school, even though he lived from the other one. And of course they're probably married. They are married, probably. I don't know. I'm still confused in that part, but I know they're probably married or something. She wants to make sure that her and Dorian can still have a life together while they still can. And of course, Lark understands and he reassures Emma that her and Dorian's not abandoning him for anything. And then we see finally Josie waking up, and of course, my first opinion or my first instinct on that, I was like, she says the whole group's there. And of course, she didn't have like the expression that the Josie we all know and love. Kind of knew it was Dark Josie because she wasn't really acting like the actual Josie was doing. And she finally, Lizzie finally tells Josie that even if she doesn't know it, that she's sorry and that she has been selfish not noticing it, but she can still feel the black magic. And of course, Josie ends up becoming Dark Josie again. She snaps her finger, she has her look again, and Hope's like, Josie, don't worry, I'm gonna put you to sleep again until we find a way to save you. And then Dark Josie ends up having an expression like, yeah, of course. And then she makes Hope go to sleep, and she tells MG, don't be sad. Every squad has a villain. And of course, she ends up snapping her fingers again to the point where everywhere, the surroundings around her and the others, the lights ends up like combusting, or whatever you call it. And then she tells the Lark that you don't need to stop saving me and stuff. And then she ends up clicking again, and of course the whole ground around her ends up flying up, and then the Salvatore school burns into flames. It's on fire, like the first prediction that Josie had. That, like when Josie had that prediction or had like that dream or something where she sees the Salvatore school burning in flames, and then she meets her dark self. So apparently that ended up happening, but she's not like outside of the gate to see that happening. She just walks out of the school while it's burning, and she flips her hair, and she's smirking, and of course she gets her whole tired Dark Josie look on her face and stuff. And after that, the episode ends. So what I'm curious about in the next episode is that it like is a Lark and the others are gonna get everyone out of the school so that nothing happens and whatnot, or are they gonna try to gather all the witches to like do a spell with water or something and take out the fire or something like that. So I'm really curious to see what happens in the next episode. And of course, look out for the next video. It's gonna be about where I'm at right now. Like I said in the other previous video when I mentioned that I'm in a new area in the room, and I said I was gonna do a video on it. So look out for that sometime this week or next week. I'm still trying to like get it together and whatnot, and I hope you guys don't think I'm like weird or crazy doing this, because other people does this where they have like an extra room or whatever, and it's like a man cave or something like that. So just look out for that video, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, and I hope you guys like the... Oh, sorry. Did not mean to be rude when I said bye and then said something. I did not mean that. I'm sorry. So, I hope you guys loved the video as much as I love filming it. And hopefully that more new episodes come out for me to review, reaction, opinion, and whatnot on it. So make sure to like, comment, subscribe, tap the notification bell to always be notified, because weekly videos are still happening. I still think of my YouTube channel and what to do, and what you guys want to see. And if you guys want, you can comment down below if you guys want a Q&A, and if you want a Q&A, you can go down to the description and follow my Instagrams, my main one, my the Instagram I made for the YouTube channel, and just comment down below if you want a Q&A. And then if you want a Q&A, you can ask me any question. It can be like something. So I'll see you in the next video. Bye.